To the Unity Center of Pittsburgh. This is our Sunday morning celebration, and we're glad that you're here. My name is Bobbi Konefal-Shaer, and I'll be your service leader today. We have a great show for you today. Show? Not really. What it is an experience, and I want to commend each and every one of you for attending today, because you are not just attending, you are taking care of you by your attention here today. And whether you're attending here in person or whether you're viewing us online, and welcome, this service has something in it for almost every aspect of you. We will be singing and lifting our spirits. We will be hearing inspirational words from our speaker, Ann Sullivan, and we're excited about having her. We've been trying to get her for quite a while. And we'll be meditating together and just enjoying the fellowship of being here, raising our voices together. You know, there's just the one aspect, singing together. Okay, meditating together, lowering our blood pressure, right? Taking care of our cortisol levels, doing all the things we need to make ourselves even healthier. So an hour spent here at the Unity Center of Pittsburgh is an hour spent in improving your health, your aliveness, your goodness, your focus, the way you, the inside you, right, wants to experience yourself in this world. So I commend you for your good choice today in attending with us. And our topic for today is Seek Delight and Create Joy. Wow. Good one. Well, let's move to our mission statement, our vision and our mission. Our vision, if you'd repeat it with me, we envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. And we are an inclusive, loving, growing community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. And did I mention that Ronnie Weiss is our musician today? We are so lucky. And she's going to start us off with Love is My Decision. Good morning, everyone. Feel free to stand if you'd
like. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. I love that song. Yay. Yay.
It's wonderful to see new and old people come in, old friends come in. Yes, it's great. Well, we must have attracted that love, our decision to love. Let's pray together. Breathe all together and feel that spirit moving in and acting through us. For this is who we truly are, spiritually awakening individuals who know we are awakening and who know we are fueled by Spirit and all that Spirit entails, the love, the forgiveness, the prosperity, every drop of goodness. Drink it in one more time and know as it infills you that this is your true self. Your true nature is all the good that there is. All the good that you can drink in is you. On one of the most beautiful spring mornings that I can remember, let us smile together and know that we are truth. We are love. We are what the world needs now. And so it is. As I light the Christ candle, our beautiful, rather new unity candle, we'll be saying our unity principles. This single light represents the Christ light that's always in us. Whether we see it or not. When you see it, you know it. And when you put the bushel over it, you know, it's still there. That's your Christ light. Well, that's not. It's in you. That's a symbolic representation that we do as a ritual. So let us take in the words of our unity principles as are presented up on our screen. With me, God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these, we must live them, indeed. And our next song, I Send My Love. Ronnie?
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the seas. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the seas. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Well, this is Memorial Day weekend, and the Daily Word has lined itself up with remembering those who have gone before us and with an awareness that we might still feel somewhat raw with regard to the passing of people who have been with us, who have instructed us, who have helped us, nurtured us, been an important influence in our lives or in our family's situation, in our family's heritage, if you will. But those people aren't all with us anymore, which does not mean that they weren't important souls. They were. They helped bring us into the world. They helped us be who we are. We have an amazing debt to our ancestors. Parents, of course, grandparents, aunts and uncles. Those people who did difficult, maybe migration, so that their progeny, us, so we could have a better life. So the daily word is prompting us to pay attention to the marker that this weekend gives us. And the word is comforted. I am comforted knowing God's presence is a blessing now and always. There are times I mourn the loss of a loved one, or perhaps the loss of something I treasure. I am thankful when those around me acknowledge my loss and comfort me by expressing care and concern. It may not completely alleviate my pain, but their efforts do lift my mood, even if only for a short while. I also recognize the tender, loving presence of God that is always with me and within me and enables me to persevere, even in the face of loss. God's comfort is for everyone. The light, love, peace, and comfort of the divine bless all those who are feeling the pain of loss, loneliness, and grief. I pray that the love and care of God flow through me to comfort those who grieve. And from Isaiah, sing for joy, O heavens, and exult, O earth, break forth, O mountains, into singing. For the Lord has comforted his people and will have compassion on his suffering ones. Let's say our affirmation 3 times. I am comforted knowing God's presence is a blessing now and always. I am comforted knowing God's presence is a blessing now and always. I am comforted knowing God's presence is a blessing now and always. So as we look behind us, we look back, we also look forward to the children who have blessed our lives, for they are there, whether they're in your immediate life or not. But many of us do have the blessing of children, and sometimes we wondered, was that a blessing? Sometimes we wonder. But indeed, as time goes back, time goes forward. And we strive to bless those children, even those children that are merely thoughts, our idea children, as we move them forth into our future. Whatever it is, our progeny, what we push into the future from our beingness. So whether you're blessing physical children, children who are in difficult situations, or the joyful, joy-filled children that you see and experience, let's see those efforts, those movements into the future as being filled with love, joy, and knowledge that God infills their spirit. just as God has been infilling ours. And as we stay focused on this, who we are, we fill them and their lives with hope, confidence, and good ideas, as well as praise. For we have a role to play in nurturing the future. So let us take that on as we pray that we are totally able to do that, and that we will recognize our place when it's called upon. And we say, yes, Father, I'm willing. I'm willing to nurture the next good idea. I'm willing to nurture that soul that sits in front of me who might not be so happy right now, or who's just filling me with glee and laughter. Yes, we are willing to take on that role as nurturer of the future, and so it is. It's now that we take a look at our own lives and the lives of those around us, those people whom we love and nurture and treasure. And we, in Unity, believe in prayer, so you will find in the seat pockets in front of you little slips of paper. We call them prayer request forms. And there's usually a pen in that little sleeve. If you're sitting in a front row, you can just turn behind and the person behind you will hand you one. So feel, if you will, feel free to place your intentions, your wishes for health, for prosperity, for goodness, whether it's on those people that we are leaving behind or those people that we are nurturing ahead, or ourselves. Health, wealth, right placement, healthy relationships, all those things that we pray for, and that we, as children of God, rightfully expect to some extent, yeah? So please, as you're writing your intentions, we'll have, I start my day, yeah?
Up-tempo song. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I get that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I get that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything is good with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, what I get more of is joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love, I start my day with peace. When I start my day with joy, I get that sweet release. I start my day with love, I start my day with peace. When I start my day with joy, I get that sweet release. Sometimes I have the words. I hope you all had the words. I know.
Those prayer request forms that you have in your hand or next to you on your seat will be collected during the collection a little bit later. But for now, if we could start quieting ourselves because we're moving into our meditation. And I invite you to sit comfortably, perhaps with your feet on the floor, your back's nice and straight. For as we breathe in, feel the infill of spirit coming within you. Maybe straightening up the spine, feeling that tingle that nothing better than breath can give you. And as we exhale, we feel a bit of release, knowing that all is well. And that it's okay to be comfortable. So with the in-breath, we're alert and here. And with the exhale, we are comforted. As we sit here, paying attention to not so much my words, but come back to them if you will, if you get distracted. We're mostly focusing on the goodness that being with one another brings us, the goodness that focusing on the good, on the love, on our very potential, on our contributions to peace, to nurturing, might give us. And not only us, but as we increase those values within us, they can't help but spill over to others that we see. So we come here today to nurture ourselves, yes. To let go of stress, yes. To nurture our ideas for the future, oh surely. But also because it's the healthiest thing we can do. We who are these physical forms, these physical bodies with a vast and real spiritual nature. So it's not as though we have a foot in the real world and a foot in the spiritual world. We aren't split down the middle. We are all with both feet here in this world. Both feet experiencing loss of loved ones, loss of ideas, sometimes loss of health, but also all the things that humanness can give us, all the joy and the nurturing and the promise for the future. Yes, all that is ours. And on the next breath, let us remember, for that's why we're here, that we are totally spiritual. with both feet in the spiritual world. Our whole being is of spirit. This dual nature is not in opposition, but with our intention nurtures itself, increases itself. For as spirits, we can't affect very much in this world except through our hands and through our doing. So I invite you to nurture that body. Any ache and pain, notice it, move it around a bit, and let it go. Release it to spirit. Worries, oh, the same. Notice and release. For we are endowed with the great power of release. It enables us to move forward. It enables us to hope and bring new dreams to fruition. But just as we have hopes and dreams for this tangible world and our tangible selves, we are truly anchored in the Spirit. God's Spirit lives, not merely exists, but lives within each one of us, ready to tap, ready to infuse us with the peace, the love, and joy that we dare to claim. So let us claim those three. As we inhale, let us claim the peace. Free from worry, knowing that God is there always beside us. And we are never alone. Peace. Love. As we claim the love that infills us, the love that created us, the love that sits within us and bubbles over, willing to touch anyone that we will. If you have trouble connecting with this love, you might put your hand at your heart space and pass on a little self-nurturing. For yes, I am love. And I am here to fill others with love, to promote love. So let's spend some seconds, a few in-breaths and out-breaths, on just that aspect of who we are, the love. let us allow the joy to well up from within. It often comes from knowing we are loved, knowing we are someone's treasure, and we are. Picture, if you can, when someone was thrilled to bits with you. Were you a little one, or was it just last week when you allowed somebody to smile because you smiled first? When you offered someone help or a treat, and it was unexpected, and you could see that joy in their eyes. That joy, and every other joy. The joy that is ours. It comes from seeing our dreams fulfilled, from experiencing wonderful music, from being with a friend and being understood. So many ways that we can be thankful. Feel the joy welling up, bubbling over, ready to take you with its energy into the next steps, into our future, into the rest of the weekend for celebrations or picnics. You may want to resolve to bring joy to someone this weekend. And with a small smile on your face, I invite you to open your eyes and come back to this room. And Ronnie, we have the prayer.
A really beautiful version of this is Celine Dion and Andre Bocelli. If you haven't heard it, it's definitely a beautiful, beautiful version. I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer as we go our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe. I pray we'll find our light and hold it in our hearts. When stars go out each night, remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer when shadows fill our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe. We ask that life be kind and watch us from above. We hope each soul will find another soul to love. Let this be our prayer, just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. Needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved.
Thank you, Ronnie. This Sunday service was created for you. We pulled things together. We selected musicians and speakers and topics and people in the tech area so that you could receive the message that was exactly meant for you, whether you're here in our sanctuary or whether you're watching at home. And I hope that maybe not everything exactly fits, is the key to fit all the pieces of who you are. I don't know what kind of key that would be to fit everybody, but there is something here for exactly you and you and you. So I hope that you'll remain open and accepting and accept that there's this kernel of real unlocking potential that's here for you today. So I invite you to pay attention to every moment. And in gratitude, should you be inspired, and we hope that you will be, we thank you for your generous donation to support this ministry. And now, I am so pleased to be welcoming Ann Sullivan, whom we've been trying to get to speak here for quite some time. We've known about her and heard about her and watched a little bit of her online. And let me tell you just a bit about her. She's a certified laughter leader and trainer who has spent decades researching human behavior inside and outside of herself. She's a speaker, an author, a podcaster, and a coach in the area of employee experience and business culture. Among the other endeavors, Ann is currently teaching courses on happiness for Action for Happiness. And she has a website that she'll be happy to share with you. It's pretty simple, juliannsullivan.com. And I'm excited to be listening to her today. And there she is with all her smiles. Ann.
We walk through life each day, sometimes unbeknownst to ourselves, hoping that we will stumble upon joy, hoping that we'll run into being delighted. On my refrigerator at home, I have a note, just a small reminder of many that I have throughout my home. And it says, hoping doesn't make it so. It's simple, but it's really powerful. You can use this truth for anything in life, creating delight and joy, better relationships, a stronger spiritual connection, even weight loss. Hoping doesn't make it so. We can hope, we can wish, we can try, but ultimately, it's the actions you take that make it so. If you want to live a life filled with more delight, a more joyful life, you have to choose it. intentionally. Delight doesn't automatically turn up on your doorstep like an Amazon package. It has to be noticed, cultivated, actually worked toward, and ultimately accepted. There are 3 steps to bringing more delight and joy into your life, and I want to walk you through them. Step 1 is you have to want it. But you have to want it even more than you know. You have to want delight. You have to want joy. And that may sound obvious, but for many of us, we settle in life. We become numb. We live with what we know, even if it's not the best for us. We coast. We get caught in cycles because they're familiar to us, and they're easier. We say things like, well, that's just how life is, or I'll be happier once I get to X. And of course, the ever so popular, which drives me insane, it is what it is. Acceptance is important, but it shouldn't paralyze you. Let me ask you, what does delight or joy look like to you? Is it success in your career, more laughter with children? Is it a deeper connection with this community or the community at large? Could it be a rainbow, a dog that wags its tail when it sees you, or just being here right now? Many of us spend way too much time on FOMO. You know FOMO? Fear of missing out. And I find that to be a distraction and actually a barrier between you and joy. What if you could find JOMO in life? JOMO. The joy of missing out. Perhaps delight comes from purposely missing out on one activity so you can enjoy another. Have you ever been too busy to enjoy what you're doing now? I don't know about you, but I know far too many people that are so busy, they miss a lot of what's right in front of them. I went on a trip to Peru some years back with a few friends, and we had a rule before we left: no whining. After all, we were in Peru at the doorstep of Machu Picchu. That rule came up several times, and it allowed us each to appreciate every moment on this spectacular adventure. For me, part of my journey to find joy and delight came through experiencing tragedy. My father was killed when I was 7. And my family as a unit never really recovered. Because of that, I grew up craving family. Actually craving a much bigger family than I actually had, which is typical for cravings. They grow. I wanted everyone to be my friend forever. I dreamed of a compound where we could all live separate lives, but be close enough to be communal. Okay, I was raised in the 60s and 70s, so that hippie dream fit perfectly. I was constantly searching, sometimes in all the wrong places. The key element here is that I was searching instead of experiencing. But underneath it all was a deep longing for connection, for delight in an ordinary way. While focused on searching, I missed what was right in front of me. I had to get really clear about what I wanted, not was I supposed to want. And by the way, that took a lot of work. I teach a monthly happiness course through a wonderful organization called Action for Happiness. It's online. You can take it too. In one of those sessions, I was reminded that people and circumstances, jobs, or even your favorite hairdresser comes into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. While I was searching for a lifetime, I missed the reasons or the end of seasons. Step 2, you have to work at it. And consistency is key. Like any habit worth having, seeking delight and joy requires practice. Daily, intentionally, gently, and with a lot of grace. My friend, Jason Kotecki, runs an organization called Escape Adulthood. He calls this intentional attention, making conscious decisions to be attentive at this moment. Intentionally attentive. I love that. This process is not a one and done goal. It's a lifelong journey. There's no perfect point in time where you magically arrive at being joyful or open to delight. There is no place called perfection. I love the story about wisdom of the Buddha that's always stayed with me. When you find yourself off the path you want to be on, you can spend a lot of time trying to figure out why. Or you can gently, kindly, and lovingly get back on. If anyone here has ever meditated, I'm sure you can relate, right? You sit there in silence, you focus on your breath, breathing in and breathing out, and then the next thing you know, you're thinking about the bills you have to pay or the next project you want to finish. In that very moment, you have a choice. You can beat yourself up for not focusing well, or you can start focusing again. No shame, no judgment, just return to the path, to the joy, to the delight. Always remember, you are human. We don't fail. We may falter and be fortunate to have another moment to do better. That's a gift. Delight is a muscle. We build it with small, repeated actions, moments of presence, choosing gratitude when life is messy, letting go when it's easier to cling. And let me be clear, this is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything's fine. One way I make these deliberate choices is by realizing I need help. I told you about the sign on my fridge, hoping doesn't make it so. And I have two large stencils in my house as well on walls. And one says, it's not about the pursuit of happiness, but being happy in the pursuit. Reminders These are just a few of at least 100 hangings, pictures, and items in every room in my home. Every coaching client I have ever had, I have asked them to make a simple sign and hang it somewhere where they'll see it multiple times a day. It helps them to reach their goals. It can work for you too. A simple solution rewarded with big results. I have a dog. And when I got her, I decided I wanted to give her a name that would help me live a good life. An addition, if you will, to all the other reminders that I have in my home. What do you think? I now have a 4-legged walking positive affirmation in my daily life. I named her Joy. I wake up to joy. I walk with joy. I feed my joy. And I will be happy to share pictures of my joy with you after the service. Here's another example of delight. And this just happened last week. You know, you prepare for something and then things come into your life, you gotta share them. I've had this philodendron for over 30 years. It did not like me anymore, but it wouldn't die. I decided to put it out on my sidewalk with a sign that said, "I need a new home." And I had made the decision that if no one picked it up, it would stay out there for the trash the next day. I did not make that choice lightly. And who the heck gets attached to a plant? I went for a long walk with Joy, and when I returned, it was still there and the sign had blown off, so I reattached it. Hours later, I went out and the plant was gone. I was so excited. I realized that I was filled with delight because someone gave that a new home. Silly, but wonderful. How do you get to such a space in your soul? It's about weaving in joy alongside the struggle. It's about noticing beauty in a world that is filled with heartache. It's about giving yourself permission to smile even when things aren't perfect. Step 3, accept it. It's about knowing that you are worthy of delight and joy, and this might be the hardest step of all. You must believe you are worthy of delight and joy right now, not once you've lost weight, not once you've cleaned up your past, not once you've checked all the boxes, right now as you are. Bringing joy and delight into your life isn't so much about what is, but rather your perspective of what is. That's powerful. That means you have a say in your own joy. That's a big responsibility and a huge step into being accountable for your life. And honestly, many people don't want to take that on. Imagine the more you believe you are accountable for your life, the more joy and delight you can have. When you shift your mindset, you open up more space for delight and joy to get in. It's work, but it's well worth it, and I promise you, it gets easier. There's so much in life outside of our control. Trying to control it only leads to frustration and disappointment and sadness. The higher your expectations, the greater chance you have for disappointment. Take a moment and think about that again. The higher your expectations, the greater chance you have for disappointment. This is the ultimate goal in being present, because expectations have to do with the future. You can control your attitude, your attention, your perspective. That's where the power lies. And remember this, everyone's view of joy or delight is different. We must respect that. For me, joy might be the song of a cardinal. For you, it might be a visit from a friend, a great cup of coffee, a quiet morning, maybe even this moment right now. Notice I didn't mention a trip or a car or a new home. Not because they can't bring joy, they can, but often it's the small, the momentary, the easily missed moments that bring the deepest delight, like a soft breeze or the smell of lilacs, a shared smile, a moment of awe. And if you're too busy chasing the big stuff, you might miss it. The pursuit of happiness was written into the United States Constitution. Now it's a personal journey for many. One reason is because we have so many distractions now, we have to work all that much harder to recognize joy and delight. One of my favorite sayings of all time captures this so beautifully. Life is a journey, not a destination. If we frame life this way, if we see delight and joy as part of the journey, then there are no mistakes, just lessons, not missed opportunities, but instead learning possibilities. So instead of beating yourself up because you missed a moment of joy, celebrate that you noticed, because noticing is part of the process, and it means you have a better chance next time to catch yourself. Time is in short supply. Every morning you're handed 24 golden hours. They're one of the few things in the world that you get free of charge. And if you had all the money in the world, you couldn't buy one more hour. What are you going to do with this precious treasure? Remember, you have to use it because you're only given it once. If you waste them, you can't get them back. There's no do-overs. So pause and choose wisely. Here's what I know. I know you can find more delight and joy in your life. I know that you already know where to find it. I know you are worth it. I want to share some words by Abraham Joshua Heschel that I've kept in my files of encouraging words for decades. Our goal should be to live in radical amazement. Get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. How can you make a life filled with radical amazement? Follow the 3 steps. Want it, work at it, and know that you are worthy of it. May it be so.
Thank you, Julianne. It's now time for our prosperity practice. So this is our opportunity to jump in the flow. When we get something, we want to give back. When we expect something, we want to also give. And so this is our opportunity to give to the Unity Center of Pittsburgh and the people we give to, which includes you, of course, but includes our charities because we tithe also as an organization. So I invite you to hold your gift, your love offering, your tithe in your hand. And we thank you for making this ministry part of your life. Together we make the world a better place. Your tithes and prosperity practice uplifts us all. So together let's say our prayer for prosperity. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. And our ushers will be collecting as we hear this song, The Face of God.
You are the face of God, I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me, you are the face of God. You are the face of God, I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me, you are the face of God. You are the face of love, I hold you in my heart. You are my family, you are the face of love. You are the face of love, I hold you in my heart. You are my family, you are the face of love.
And we have a big announcement, and that is that next week is our annual meeting. So every one of you is invited, and please tell your friends and other members who might like to come. It's going to be more than a meeting. We're going to have a wonderful service, and we will be introducing a minister of record for our church. And she will be giving our service next week, so come and listen to Reverend Arlene. Whom we will be introducing, of course, and telling you about her background and what our hopes and dreams are for her service for our church. And then immediately following that, we'll be having a luncheon, and it's a potluck, so bring a dish if you feel. And we always have lots of food, so if you can't bring a dish, bring yourself and enjoy what we do have to offer. And immediately following, we think around 12 o'clock, the meeting will start. We'll be having a bit of an election. We'll be showing you everything we've done and hope to do, and having some nice fellowship along the way. So please plan on coming. We're hoping it'll be just as nice a day as it is today. I can't believe how gorgeous it is today. I heard the forecast about a week ago, and people at the store were saying, oh, I can't believe it's going to be such a miserable weekend for Memorial Day. And I'm like, look at this day. Look at today, and tomorrow's even warmer and more beautiful. Drink it in. It's great. Well, we'll be singing our peace song. So if you would like to stand, and we'll sing together.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. The light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
Amen. Yea, God.
Amen.
Thank you for being here, bringing your love and energy to our service. And now let's continue to envision a world that's filled with peace, harmony, and joy. Yay. So it is.